Hello. Before we start today's episode, if you would like a condensed version of what I'm talking about in this podcast, go ahead and subscribe to the Perfectionist Guide. You can read the entire thing in 3 minutes or less. To access this, go to CourtneyLoveGavin.com/newsletter. Are you a bit of a perfectionist, type A, hyper performer? Then you know that having the audacity to see an ideal and bring it into reality while breaking generational habits of hustle can be tough, but it doesn't have to be. If you are ready to burn bright instead of burning out, to lead without losing yourself, and to enjoy the life you have worked so hard to create, then keep listening. I'm your host, America's leader on rewiring perfectionism, CLG, and this is Perfectionism Rewired, the podcast. Welcome to Perfectionism Rewired. Who taught you how to rest? Nobody taught me. Do you think that rest is supposed to feel good? Do you ever think if you're not doing anything with your time that you are lazy? Or you can rest when it's a reward? If any of those things rung true, or if rest is something that is uncomfortable for you to do because you're go, 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 this is for you. We have been fed that rest should feel good. It's just like saying childbirth should just be this amazing experience. That might be true for some people, but that's not true for everyone. And so when that is not your experience with rest, then you think that something is wrong with you. If you're going into it with the expectation that rest is supposed to feel good and then it's not, of course you're not going to want to rest anymore. Ask me how I know this. I used to get such high anxiety, I couldn't go get my nails done by myself because I would just be so anxious just sitting there. Or a massage, forget about it. I remember being at Burke Williams with the spa with my friend. They were male. There were very few places in the spa that were co-ed. We didn't know that when we went there. And oh my God, the times that I was by myself and I wasn't doing anything, it was excruciating for me. I'm here to tell you that now I probably spend a third of my week intentionally not doing anything, and everything is thriving because of it. Set the record straight on lies about rest. One, that it's supposed to feel good. Two, and this is the double bind that they have us in, is that not only is rest supposed to feel good, but then if you're not doing anything with your time, you're lazy, making rest a reward when it's really human right. These are archaic time structures and rules that we're just sort of subscribing to that are completely optional. Deciding to rest, especially if you're a high achiever, is like a sugar detox. When you have lots of external accolades and accomplishments, just think of them like donuts, cupcakes, pie, accomplished things, checking things off your to-do list. You are a pro at that. And what resting is asking you to do is how you can feel good without doing anything towards them. And at first, you can't, because it just goes against all of the conditioning that we've had since we were 4 years old. The key to this is to have the willingness to allow for that short-term discomfort. Just like when you're detoxing from sugar, going into it with okay, this is how I felt good about myself for my entire life. And now I want to feel good in a way that's actually healthier and more nourishing for me. In the beginning, it might not feel so great, and I'm willing to feel that. When you get over that bump of uncomfy, you are going to hit a sharp rise in your self-worth, your self-connection, your creativity, and the potency of your energy. And for high-achieving women in particularly, so much of our self-concept comes from a place of defining our worth and our identity from our accomplishments. Getting on board with resting can be a painful experience. And sometimes you might actually come to that conclusion the hard way. The way that I look at it is especially when you think about that statement, if you're not doing anything with your time, you're lazy. It would just be if someone calls you lazy because you don't shoot your own animal and kill it and skin it. You're having some yummy avocados that did not come from your orchard out back. someone could say that that's lazy, but we would probably all look at them like, no, that's just the way the world works. Same thing with your time. Doing nothing is not lazy. It's actually like a very, very smart investment of your time. That factory mindset is super, super common with a lot of us that are high achievers. We're so used to like doing equals a very specific outcome. And then as we like hit a success ceiling, what can happen is instead of us really looking at what are the beliefs that are driving it, we become outsourced AF. We really don't get to the root of it. And I'm not saying that you need to do everything yourself, but we're never actually going to be able to treat a proper diagnosis to make it so that you always have plenty of time and space and energy to do everything that you want to do when you're operating on those shit factory beliefs. Rest is something that we can learn. Many of us, we have grown up with rest not being taught to us, and we've been raised by people that didn't have the privilege at even operating that way. Because think about it, not only can you learn how to rest now, but you can learn how to rest in a way that is going to like invest your energy so that you have more energy and more time tomorrow. If you had never learned what money was and someone is teaching you how to use money, but in a way that your money just keeps multiplying, that is the way that you can learn to rest. When you are looking at rest this way and you're just coming in with that like playful, curious type mindset, like I'm not amazing at rest right now and that's okay. And it might take a little bit, but it's okay if it feels uncomfortable. The pressure valve will release and not having to think about, am I doing this right? Because that's another one, right? And P.S. like if we're thinking, am I doing this right? That's just like footnote underneath that is I don't trust myself, which we always want you to trust yourself. Okay. So you are doing it right. If you are doing it, it's the right way. How do we know that? Because that's the way that you're doing it. Taking time to rest and put yourself first will have you thinking at a higher level and you will be able to create more value even when you're doing nothing. It's like that slingshot effect where you're like, slow down, you pull it up and then you can, boom. What I see happen is that you are resting, but you feel so guilty about it. And then the only way that you can really like feel better about it, this was me, was to numb myself out. So to just like get wasted, to get on some sort of like recreational drugs, to be with other people, the co-regulation, but also they're doing it and I'm doing it. It's just not in a nourishing way. You're just like zoning out. You have to get to a place where you're so depleted that like the asshole voice in your mind just turns off. And what I'm offering you is healthy and nourishing, where you don't have any shoulds. No, I'm not just going to pick up my phone real quick and scroll. None of this like, but my kids are at school. I should be doing something with this time. I could really dust the baseboards right now. Giving yourself like, no, I'm going to be able to rest and to be able to do that. It is such an amazing skill. And not just for you, if you're a parent, being a better example for your children to show them that like we take care of ourselves, we value ourselves, we prioritize ourselves more so than getting any grades or pleasing other people, because like children, they learn from what you do, not what you tell them. As humans, we all learn from each other. Just by you like developing this skill of resting intentionally, you are subconsciously signaling to other heart-beating humans that it's safe for them to do that too. If this resonated with you, one of the skills that you will walk away with and have for the rest of your life, like permanently forever, is the skill of resting. And not just the skill of resting, but to really be able to rest in the way that is most profitable for you and the success that you want in your life. You are just continually having that compound effect and that momentum going forward.
If you're nodding your head yes, listen closely, because I might have the solution you've been searching for. My Perfectionism Rewired Accelerator, a 6-week, highly individualized one-on-one coaching experience designed exclusively for perfectionists like you. Your perfectionism is actually your greatest asset, and leveraging it
can be hard work or take years of guesswork. That's why in Perfectionism Rewired Accelerator, I give you my key frameworks to taking charge of your Ferrari drive, proven to work even for the most type A, high-strung, stubborn perfectionists. In the first 30 days, you will cut your burnout in half, increase your professional fulfillment by at least 150%, and your self-compassion will go up at least 250%. And that is just your first 30 days. So if you want to save yourself years of trial and error, go to CourtneyLoveGavin.com/accelerator today. Or if you want to take the easy way, just click the link in the show notes to check out the Perfectionism Rewired Accelerator.